Good morning, dear students. Today topic is using law of equipartition of energy to find specific heat capacity of a solid. According to law of equipartition of energy per each translational and rotational mode is 1/2 kBT. And energy for each vibrational mode is kBT. In a solid, atoms cannot translate or cannot rotate. So, the atom can just vibrate only. So, here the vibration is three-dimensional. For one-dimensional, the average energy is kBT. For three-dimensional, the average energy is 3 kBT. For one atom, the average energy is 3 kBT. For 1 mole solid, average energy is, that is U is equal Na into 3 kBT. So that is equal 3 into Na into kB into T. Here Na kB is R, that is 3 RT. Let us take, this is first equation. From first law of thermodynamics, we know del Q is equal del U plus del W. For constant pressure, we can write del Q is equal del U plus P del V. Since for a solid, change in volume is approximately tends to 0. So, from this we can write here del V is 0, P into del V. This term is 0. So, we can write del Q is equal del U. We know specific heat capacity C is equal 1 by N del Q by del T. Here del Q is equal del U. So, that is 1 by N del U by del T. For 1 mole solid, so specific heat capacity C is equal, here 1 mole means what? N is equal 1. 1 by 1, 1. That is del U by del T. That is equal du by dt. From equation 1, here U is equal how much? 3 RT. So C is equal, we can write d by dt of 3 RT. Here 3R is constant. Take outside. So therefore C is equal 3R into here dt by dt, that is 1. That is equal 3R. We know R value. Here C is equal 3 into, here R value is 8.31 joule for mole Kelvin is equal 24.93 joule for mole for Kelvin. So therefore, specific heat capacity of a solid is 24.93 joule for mole for Kelvin. Next topic is using law of equipartition of energy to find specific heat capacity of water. Here we treat water like a solid. in a solid, atoms cannot translate or rotate. The atom can just vibrate. The vibration is three-dimensional. We know for one dimension, the average energy is kBT. For three-dimensional, the average energy is 3 kBT. For one atom, the average energy is 3 kBT. In water molecule, H2O, there are 3 atoms. So that is 2 hydrogen atom, 1 oxygen atom. So for one water molecule, average energy is it have 3 atoms. One atom have average energy is 3 kBT. That is 3 into 3 kBT. So that is called 9 kBT. For 1 mole water, average energy U is equal Na into 9 kBT. That is equal, here Na into kB is equal what? That is R, 9 RT. For 1 mole solid, or 1 mole water, molar specific heat capacity of water is C is, we know, du by dt. That is equal, here d by dt of U is equal 9 RT. Here 9R is constant, take outside. Here it is dt by dt, that is differentiation of temperature with respect to temperature. So that is, it is 1. So therefore C is equal 9 into, here we know R value, that is 8.31 joule per mole Kelvin. So from this we can get it is 74.79 joule per mole Kelvin. Therefore specific heat capacity of water we can get 74.79 joule per mole Kelvin. The experimental value is $75.35 joule per mole Kelvin. Next topic is mean free path. The average distance a molecule can travel without colliding is called mean free path. Suppose the molecules of a gas are sphere of diameter d. So here I am taking 3 molecules A, B, C. Focus on a single molecule with average speed V. Here I am taking molecule A moving with average speed V. It will suffer with any other molecules that comes with a distance d between the centers. So the distance between these two molecules is d. Here the distance between these two molecules is d. In time del t, it sweeps a volume of cylinder here. Volume of the cylinder is base area into the distance traveled by the molecule. Here average velocity of molecule is v. In del t time, the traveling distance is v into del t. So volume v is equal base area into distance. That is, here distance is, we know, velocity into time. So that is base area into, here distance is average velocity into time. So from this we can write, here base area is pi d square, average velocity is v, time is del t. We know n is number density, that is number of molecule for unit volume. That is, in 1 unit volume it have n number of molecules. So that is, in 1 unit volume it have n number of molecules. So in V volume, how many number of molecules it have? That is n into V. Number of molecules in swept volume is NV. That is n into, here V is pi d square into average velocity into del t. The moving molecule A can collide this number of molecules. Number of collisions likely to take place in del t time is n pi square d square average velocity into del t. From this we can write number of collisions likely to take place in 1 second is, that is 1 by del t into n pi square d square average velocity into del t. So here del t cancel. That is collision rate or collision frequency is n pi square d square average velocity. We know that time period is 1 by frequency. That is, time period between two successive collision is (1 by collision frequency. Time period between two successive collision is, that is tau is equal 1 by collision frequency. Here collision frequency is n pi square d square average velocity. Distance traveled by molecule A in this time period is so distance is equal, we know velocity into time, that is average speed into time. So that is L is equal, here average speed is v into time is equal tau. So that is average speed into, here tau is equal to what? 1 by n pi d square average velocity. Here average velocity is cancelled. So we can get, therefore L is equal to 1 by n pi d square. In this derivation, we treat the other molecules to be at rest. But actually all molecules are moving and the collision rate is determined by average relative velocity Vr instead of average velocity. Therefore, for more exact, mean free path L is 1 by root 2 n pi d square. Here mean free path depends inversely on number density and size of the molecule.